Hello, everyone. This is Elegant Granny, your restoration strategist. Have you ever noticed in my bio that included in my title, there's CNA listed? I have that there for a reason, and I'm going to take this moment and utilize this time to explain to you what that means. I am a CNA, a certified nursing assistant. I have been one for nearly 40 years, 30 plus years. And I am very proud of that position because I can take this time and help you guys, those of you who have some anxiety about what's going on right now with this coronavirus. I can utilize this time to give you some tips that has helped me in my position as a CNA to keep me from getting sick. Okay, so certified nursing assistants, what we do is we do the hands on, we do the majority of the manual work with the patients. Doctors and nurses, they do their visits coming in, but they don't stay as long as the certified nursing assistants do. We do the bulk of the hands on manual labor. They do most of the assessing and then they do the administrative work. The administrative part takes a lot of their time. So they rely on us with the skills that they have taught us that we have been trained for, and we are professionals. We have to have a license to do this, to let them know of changes, things that we see, because that's how they are able to do their job efficiently, is because we do ours efficiently. So I have been able to do this successfully without catching any flus, any viruses, or anything for nearly 40 years. Now, that is also with an underlying condition called asthma. I do have an asthma history, and that has been the only thing that has actually kept me from work. Is that there has been a case where several years ago, if you remember, there was the swine flu going around. I was the only person on my unit with all of the men that I worked with that did not get sick. I was the only one, and I was the only one with the underlying condition. There were several of us, but I was the only one who did not get sick. And so I'm going to share some things with you today. Now, something that we have to keep up with is our education credits. And I'm going to share two websites with you. I'm going to link them below. There's OSHA.gov. This is the Occupational Safety and Health applications. We have to go by OSHA standards in order to provide safety, a safe environment for our patients and for ourselves. Excuse me. I'm gonna sneeze quite a bit because I've been outside to walk to my medical appointment. So that's the one thing I have not mastered was allergens, but I am working on it. Excuse me. But anyway, OSHA, OSHA.gov, and CDC.gov, those two, you do want to get familiar with those two websites. Those are two websites that I utilize all the time to stay up on the trends of the different viruses and the bacteria that I have to help my patients with and all of my clients with. So those are two websites I suggest you utilize, especially for those who are very anxious during this time. There is a place that you can go and you can get your information. If it's something, if you don't know, you don't know. So I'm going to share some more things. Now, one of the first things I'm going to share is clean hands. Keeping your hands clean. Remember when we were kids and before mama or grandma would allow us into the kitchen or the refrigerator, they would fuss, clean those hands. Keeping your hands clean plays the biggest part. But isn't the only thing that will help you during this time. But having clean hands do help. Washing them, making sure you get around your cuticles, your nails. I know a lot of people love long nails. That's where the majority of that gunk that can make you sick and make others sick, that's where it stays, and that's where it breeds. Make sure you have a little brush or something like it. You can actually get a little toothbrush just for your hand washing and scrub through your nails if you don't like to keep them short. I keep mine short on purpose because of my occupation of what I do. That's part of the OSHA standard. We cannot have them. We have to be able to look this way, actually, and our palms have to be facing us. And if our tips, if we can see the tips, they're too long. So that's just something to give you. Stay moisturized. I keep plenty of lotion around. The reason why I'm putting in stay moisturized is because when you have dry skin, a lot of times you have these little cracks. That's so easy for things, for germs and bacteria to get into. Stay moisturized. You want to protect yourself. You don't want to allow things to enter into your body that you weren't expecting. So keep your hands clean, keep them moisturized. Now, another thing is something I learned as a child. Keep those chitlins clean. Excuse me while I blow my nose. Okay, I'm going to master these allergies. But anyway, keep those chitterlings clean. And what I mean by that, I'm a country girl from the hills of Virginia, so I say that a lot. But what we mean is your intestines, keep them clean. Eat foods that are more healthy for you, have vitamin C, and rich green leafy vegetables are very crucial at this time. High fiber diets are very crucial at this time. A lot of bacteria and viruses and stuff like that can be housed in your intestines. And a lot of times stress will bring it out. You never know. It's different for different people. So what I'm doing downstairs right now, and I may show you later, I'm cooking a pot of greens. And what the old folks used to do with us back in the day, if you haven't heard of pot liquor, I'm about to tell you. Pot liquor is something that they used when I was a little girl to keep our chitlins clean. You know how most people say, oh, you shouldn't cook your greens down that much because you're cooking all the nutrients out of it. Well, that was done on purpose. What happens is you're going to lose a lot of nutrients no matter how long or how short of a time span you cook your fresh greens anyway. So what the old folks did was they cooked them down and down and down. You can almost just swallow your greens without chewing them. But that juice, that green juice or that liquor, they called it pot liquor. They would pour it in a cup, especially on Friday nights. Friday night was the night that everybody had to line up to get something from whoever the elder was in your house to make sure that your chitlins were clean over the weekends before you went back to school. Now, my days, I do this every Monday because that's my day of rest. But I am cooking greens, and so you pour the juice into a cup and you just drink it. It's already seasoned. All of your nutrients that you cooked out of the greens is right there. Use that, drink that. When I say that helps pull a lot of mucus and cold out of your body, it works well. It works very well. So I'm doing that to help with my allergies. Okay, exercise. Exercising helps build your immune system. Even if it's all it's doing is just walking, if that's all you're doing, if all you're doing is some sit-ups. I live in a duplex, so twice a day, because I don't go outside as much walking as I used to, because I normally walk for an hour or two every day. But since this coronavirus is going around, I have lessened that. So twice a day, I walk up and down my stairs for 15 minutes at a time. That's what I do. I do some push-ups. I do some other little things. But for my cardio, that's what I do. And I don't take it lightly because walking up and down the stairs, that's a lot of work. That's a lot of work. So we have the OSHA standards. We have the OSHA.gov, the CDC.gov, clean hands, stay moisturized, and sanitizers. Let me go back to your clean hands. Sanitizers. We were trained that you use this every third time that you use this, it is important to wash your hands, because this is a temporary fix. It's not a fix-all. It's only temporary. So every third time you use this, you need to use soap and water. And then don't forget to moisturize. So, so you have that. Exercise, hydration. Stay hydrated. This is my second time drinking this so far, and this holds 64 ounces. So I have lemon in here. Lemon is very high in vitamin C. Limes are high in vitamin C. And so I do that a lot. So that's helping me with these allergies because it was a lot worse yesterday when I came back inside from my doctor visit. So I can get some referrals for to check on some other things because I like to make sure that I am well. And so um yeah, vitamin C is very powerful. So some natural uses of vitamin C, because I don't like doing medicine, so it takes a while for holistic measures to work, but they work. And when they do work, they last a lot longer than when you get medicines. Now, I'm not saying don't do the medication. You do what your doctor, your physician tells you to do and what you think is best for you. But for me, what works best for me and my doctor, they are very open with me about the risks, and they are also honoring that I prefer no chemical, medication. I prefer to do it holistically. And they encourage me. My doctors actually encourage me to do these things holistically because they see how it works for me. So, but stay hydrated, drink plenty of water. The last thing I want to say is stay positive. Being negative is not going to help. Being anxious is not helping. So that's the reason why I'm giving you some tips. That's also a reason why I'm giving you two links to look up down below: OSHA.gov and CDC.gov. These are the two main websites the doctors and nurses, we utilize them. We utilize them all the time. There's always something different that's coming up. If you have anxiety about anything, look those up. If you know any RNs, a lot of you, we know nurses personally. We know CNAs personally. Ask them, utilize them. This is the best time to formulate the best relationship with them and to help them and tell them that you appreciate the skills that they have to help ease your anxiety. Get to know your certified nursing assistants. Get to know your nurses. Get to know some people that you know who are physicians. Now, they may be a little bit busy right now, but your RNs, your nurses, your LPNs, your nurse practitioners, and your certified nursing assistants, get to know them, especially your CNAs. They are housed with a lot of knowledge that can help keep you from getting sick. And if you do get sick, how to get well. Because we have to do this because we're the main ones with the patients a lot more than the nurses and the doctors are. So we're more exposed to the viruses than everybody else. So this is my way of sharing and helping in this effort. I want to appreciate all of you for listening. I hope you're well. I hope you're safe. I hope you're minding the warnings and everything, and social distancing, and those who are in lockdown. My best wishes to you. I know it's not easy because I get cabin fever. I do. So sometimes I'm in the house and I live alone and I do things very silly. I turn on some music and I start dancing. There's nobody here but me. But that's one of my ways of staying positive in this moment because I'm not able to go out into the park and enjoy walking around and listening to nature as I normally would because I'm trying to protect myself. Now, protecting me means also protecting others. So that's another thing that you need to be mindful of and think about. Protecting you is protecting others because when you're well, that's increasing the chances of others in your vicinity to not get anything, to be well. So I hope this is helpful. I wish you well. And healing is a continuous process, not a one-shot deal. So I want you to remember that. Okay, y'all have a good day. Love you guys. Bye.